Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 609 for September 1 through 15, 2022. Mercury Retrograde and a Pisces full moon aspected by outer planets highlight the first half of September. We also have 3 different kinds of aspect patterns coming in pairs, along with a standalone finger of God. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Check out our site, thisweekinastrology.com, where you can hear the show and subscribe to podcast updates. And if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. We'll be announcing a winner here in this episode. Before I go any further, here is a special announcement. My new book will publish in about a month. Are you a good fit for its launch team? As you may already know, the book is called Instant Divine Assistance, Your Complete Guide to Fast and Easy Spiritual Awakening, Healing, and More. As a launch team member, you'd get a free PDF advanced reader copy. Then you'd have the entire month of September to read it. That should be plenty of time, especially since it's pretty short. Most people could read it in about 2.5 hours. Per Amazon's rules, I cannot require launch team members to post a review of the book on Amazon, but I'd tremendously appreciate you doing so when I publish it in early October. The more reviews my book has, the more likely it is that Amazon will recommend it to shoppers looking for a book like mine. I'd love my book to get at least 250 reviews within 2 days of its launch. Your honest review will help me reach this goal. Please only join my launch team if you have a sincere interest in fast and easy spiritual awakening and healing. Of course, you'd be helping me. More importantly, you'd be helping other seekers. The invocations the book teaches have already helped thousands significantly speed up their personal journey of healing and awakening. This book could help many more do the same. If this feels like a good fit for you, please join my launch team now. Help Instant Divine Assistance make a difference. Click the link in the show notes or on astroshaman.com and get your free advanced reader copy. Now, let's get back to that astrology. As of September 1, the moon is waxing. There was a Virgo new moon on August 27. Pluto, Jupiter, Chiron, and Uranus are retrograde, and there are 2 continuing aspect patterns. Details and links to all this is in the show notes. Let's get on to our individual days. Thursday, September 1. I realize I'm recording this on September 2nd, but everything here is just warming up, so plenty of time to still work with this stuff. A mystic rectangle with harmonious relationship possibilities starts today, peaks on September 9th, and ends on the 15th. It includes the Sun, Juno, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. Do you have a committed partnership, Juno, that supports your soul-aligned, lunar nodes, service, Sun in Virgo? Are you getting any intuitive hits, Uranus, that relate to this? Can you give this service in a way that makes good use of your special talents that you love to use? That's also Uranus. This mystic rectangle could also help you give soul-aligned service to someone with whom you have an ongoing connection, or maybe the 2 of you can team up to serve others in this wonderful way. Also on September 1st, Thursday, any Virgoan activity is supercharged by a Thor's hammer that starts here on September 1, peaks on the 5th, and ends on the 8th. It includes the Sun in Virgo, Mars, and Pluto. Service, health, and detail work are abundantly energized. You can also use this aspect pattern to fire up your vitality. Now on to Friday, September 2nd, the day I'm recording this. A healing-focused finger of God, formerly known as a yod, begins today on the 2nd, peaks on the 7th, and ends on the 12th. It has the Virgo Sun and Scorpio South Node on the back end and Chiron at the tip. Everything in this aspect pattern supports shadow work, so have a good technique for psychological healing at the ready. Thousands have used my healing invocation to heal their traumas with surprising ease and speed. Learn how to use it at Instant Divine Assistance, your free guide to fast and easy awakening and healing. There's a link to that in the show notes, and if you go to astroshaman.com, look on the menu bar at the top. The last 3 words on that menu bar says Instant Divine Assistance. Click that. It'll take you in, and you'll be able to see everything you need there. Or you can get an advanced reader copy of the whole book that talks about this. Like I said earlier, again, that's in the show notes and at astroshaman.com in the blog area. Back to astrology again. This yacht also empowers your work as a healer or wisdom giver. Also, on Friday, September 2nd, all types of learning, teaching, and communication are vibrantly supported by a Mercury-Jupiter opposition. That's Mercury at 7 Libra, Jupiter at 7 Aries. Mercury's placement in Libra also supports creative expression, including creative writing. Moving on to Monday, September 5th, the Sun, Mars, Pluto, Thor's hammer that started on the 1st, peaks today on the 5th, and ends on the 8th. Then on Wednesday, September 7th, the Sun, Chiron, South Node Yod that started on the 2nd, peaks here on the 7th, and ends on the 12th. How about something new? On Thursday, September 8th, a kite featuring the Sun and all three outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, starts here on the 8th, peaks on the 15th, and ends on the 21st. This can serve as an overall vitality booster. With the Sun in Virgo, it also harmoniously supports your service, health, and eye for detail. The Sun also radiates energy to the multi-year mini grand trine being formed by the three outer planets. There's a link in the show notes to learn much more about that developing mini grand trine, biggest aspect pattern of the decade. How about Friday, September 9th? Mercury turns retrograde at 11:38 p.m. EDT. That's at 9 degrees Libra. The planet of communication will turn direct again on October 2nd at 5:07 a.m. EDT, around 24 Virgo. Mercury is retrograde in Libra until September 23rd at 8 a.m. EDT. This is a great time to reflect on your relationships and artistic output, as well as the creative content you're taking in. Mercury spends the rest of its retrograde, September 23rd through October 2nd, in Virgo. During this time, reflect on your satisfaction with how you're serving others. How's your health? And are you paying attention to the most important details and subtleties without getting caught in excessive perfectionism or criticism? As always, it's best to avoid starting major new ventures or making big purchases while Mercury is retrograde. Make sure you're understanding and being understood, and double check any travel arrangements. However, Mercury retrograde is a great time to finish what you've already started and make repairs. If possible, favor reflection and introspection over new action. And just an aside, it's not the end of the world if you start something during Mercury retrograde, but it increases the likelihood that there will be things needing repair or adjustment because you did. Also, on Friday, September 9th, the Sun, Juno, Uranus, lunar nodes mystic rectangle that started on the 1st peaks here on the 9th and ends on the 15th. On Saturday, September 10th, this potent astrological day features a full moon and two new aspect patterns. A full moon lights up the sky at 5:59 a.m. EDT at 18 degrees Pisces. Any Pisces full moon is great for release or adjustment in several areas. These include spiritual awakening, inspired creativity, operating in flow state, and working with dreams. Or are you struggling with the low side of Pisces? This can include substance abuse or addiction. It can also involve aimless drifting, excessive escapism, or playing the victim in a relationship. This full moon is a great time to give Pisces something better to do. Focus on its higher potentials and seek help with the low side if you need it. Aspects. This full moon features a Neptune conjunction. Its orb is moderately strong at 6.5 degrees. Orb means how exact is the aspect. Pisces and Neptune carry the same energy, so this conjunction simply reinforces all the Piscean potentials already mentioned. This full moon also has a tight sextile with Uranus. How can you more fully embody and express your authentic human self? How can you more completely trust and follow your intuitive hits? Best guidance you'll ever get anywhere. And how can you serve others with your special talents you most love to use? This full moon Sabian symbol is, in a huge tent, a famous revivalist conducts his meeting with a spectacular performance. Pisces rules show business. Could you be stepping more fully into the spotlight? Is there something ripe for revival within yourself, or something you can help reawaken in others? Also, on Saturday, September 10, there are now two overlapping mystic rectangles in the sky. They both include Juno, Uranus, and the lunar nodes. The first one, featuring the Sun in Virgo, peaked yesterday on the 9th, as I mentioned, and ends on the 15th. The second one, with Venus also in Virgo, starts today on the 10th of September, peaks on the 17th, and ends on the 22nd. For starters, my interpretation of the mystic rectangle with the sun also completely fits the mystic rectangle with Venus. So I'm going to repeat 2 paragraphs from that first mystic rectangle's interpretation. After that, I'll give you information that's exclusive to the Venus mystic rectangle. Here's what applies to both. Do you have a committed partnership, Juno, that supports your soul-aligned lunar nodes service, Sun or Venus in Virgo? Are you getting any intuitive hits, Uranus, that relate to this? Can you give this service in a way that makes good use of your special talents that you love to use, Uranus? This mystic rectangle could also support you giving soul-aligned service to someone with whom you have an ongoing connection, or perhaps the two of you are teaming up to serve others in this wonderful way. The new Venus mystic rectangle adds the possibility of collaborative and soul-aligned creative projects that make use of your special talents. Joint financial ventures with these qualities are also harmoniously energized. Finally, on Saturday, September 10th, relationships, creativity, and finance receive potent stimulation thanks to another Thor's hammer. It begins today on the 10th, peaks on the 13th, and ends on the 18th. This hard aspect pattern can bring both challenge and opportunity. If you experience relationship challenge, consider using a proven relationship healing technique, such as Marshall Rosenberg's nonviolent communication. There's a link to that in the show notes. For individual emotional healing, my free healing invocation has proven helpful for over 11 years. And I mentioned earlier how to get to that, astroshaman.com, menu bar, instant divine assistance, click that, or again, linked in the show notes. If your relationship is on solid ground, this aspect pattern can help it evolve to the next level. Mars and Pluto can fire up your erotic connection and can also support the deeper connection of soul-blended sacred sex. Mars and Venus can also work together to boost your creativity, especially since they're charged up by Pluto. There's also plenty of profit potential in this Thor's hammer if you want to focus on finance. On Tuesday, September 13th, the Venus-Mars-Pluto-Thor's hammer that started on the 10th peaks today on the 13th and ends on the 18th. Then on Thursday, September 15th, the kite with Sun, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto that started on the 8th peaks here on the 15th and ends on the 21st. Announcements. Join me for a free event, Planets and Predictions, your first look at what 2023 will bring. Over 25 astrologers, psychics, and healers will give you specific predictions, and I'm one of the featured presenters. You can register for free today. See the link in the show notes or on the homepage of astroshaman.com. Also, Awakening Plus events support your individual healing and awakening, as well as global spiritual awakening. If you're not a member yet, join one of our free events. 2 calls are open to the public each month. Experience how Awakening Plus can accelerate your personal evolution. Here's the dates and titles of our events in the first half of September, all at 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Events are members only unless I mention that it's public, and there is one public event that I will mention. Every Monday, we have an event called New Earth Support Team, and the first one on September 5th is free and open to the public. Then all these other events, as I said, are members only. For the first half of the month, Wednesday, September 7, individual and group healing. Thursday, September 8, astrology mini readings. Monday, September 12, New Earth Support Team again. Tuesday, September 13, I have an office hour from 1 to 2 p.m. EDT. Wednesday, September 14, gentle group healing. And on the 15th, Thursday, community support. We'd love to have you join our supportive online community. Members receive these exclusive benefits. 9 of our 11 Zoom calls each month are members only. There's an archive now with 475 life-transforming events, and there's even a best-of guide, so you can pick the best stuff. There's 3 courses. One is Instant Divine Assistance, Fast and Easy Awakening and Healing, which was the basis for my book. Then Self-Guided Internal Family Systems Therapy, and Your Divine Allies, Let Them Help You More. We have monthly astrology mini readings calls, monthly community support calls, a monthly Ask Us Anything call, monthly office hours, members helping members service. Plus, you can connect with an accountability partner, hang out in our private forum, and be constantly supported by the Awakening Plus group energy field. Learn more at awakeningplus.com. What about this month's free session winner? It is Maria, and this is the only person named Maria who has signed up for this. Maria, if that's you, email me, benjamin@astroshaman.com, and we will get you set up with your free reading. Congratulations, Maria. And to everybody, thanks for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, and one-of-a-kind life coaching. All my one-on-one services are equally effective in person or long distance. I also offer an unbeatable price, literally, on SolarFire, the #1 astrology software for Windows. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn about all this and more at astroshaman.com. To see the show notes, go to astroshaman.com/609. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com. My number for voice and text, 828-338-9852. I would love to connect with you. We are wrapping up. Please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode, so others who also love astrology and spirituality can find it. And don't forget to join the launch team for my book, which I mentioned earlier, if you think you'd be a good fit for that. Thanks again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.